I think we both hate taking compliments.
I malfunction at compliments.
So, best of luck.
Yeah.
It's coming. Yeah, I just don't want to come across either like as patronising or too much. But I'm super proud of you.
Oh, man.
You wrote, directed, performed the hell out of this thing.
When I was a boy, my mother used to tell me a story of a demon king and his army.
It's so unbelievably impressive. And I'm just super proud.
Oh, man.
They brought fire and terror to the land.
Take that straight to the heart.
Dude, that's like...
You did it. You really did it. The message, the choreography, the performances, cinematography.
Until they faced the protector of the people.
Some of the action beats.
The white monkey.
Like, it's really, really good.
Wow. I feel like...
So, shall I go?
No, I mean, I
Would you
just take a little second around the corner to have a little happy tear. Just
Nice.
Like, I feel like I'm Uma Thurman in, Pulp Fiction when she gets the adrenaline. Like, oh, thank you. So
imagine if that's how you felt every time you got a compliment.
Yeah.
This feels great, but I got nearly died.
Yeah.
What's crazy about this film, and I'm just going to list the disasters,
Yeah.
is the number of disasters
Yeah.
that came along. And I'm
Heart of Darkness, man. It's crazy.
I've tried to write down all the ones I found out about.
I'll add to it.
And you need to give me bonus. So, you had to bail on India.
Yeah.
Because of a little thing called the COVID-19 pandemic.
Biggest slum in Mumbai. And then, we had to leave. Roads, location scouting. That went down. Yeah.
How many months of production and prep had gone into that location? All those locations?
About 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
So you decamped to Indonesia.
Yeah. Never been before. Pretended I had.
What actors could you take with you?
We lost a lot of our crew. I lost my production designer.
You lost the John Wick stunt team, right?
Yeah. Didn't have the John Wick stunt team. I found this guy on YouTube called Brahim, who is a beast. We couldn't get a lot of our camera equipment in. My dear gaffer, UD, died in the middle of shoot from a heart attack. That was very, very hard. Just everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Obviously with the bone breaks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, let's do this. 2 weeks before you start shooting, in flight training, choreography,
Yeah.
somebody stamps on your foot.
Yeah.
And breaks
some toes. Yeah.
some toes.
Yeah.
So all that bobbing and weaving,
Very painful.
So much happening anymore.
Yeah. Swollen foot syndrome, big foot. So they had to cut open my shoe so I could carry on going. And then broke the hand in the first fight scene.
Was it the first fight scene you shot?
Yes, it was the first fight scene.
Dev.
And I was like so crushing this choreo, man. And then we had to, we got on this private jet to keep this bubble going because we couldn't break this bubble, put a screw in it. That was mad.
The thing that really alarms me is you mentioned that if you put more than 2 pounds of pressure on that screw, it would bend and you couldn't take it out.
Yeah, the doctor's like, it would be like pulling out a bent nail out of wood and it would just ruin the bone.
You guys have seen the trailer, right? You shot that film with a nail in your hand.
So the first thing I did when I flew back into set was like, okay, you've got that scene. Do you still want to run out that window and bounce off it? I'm like, let's do it. So that was the first thing. I remember we turned up to set one day and our financier was going bankrupt. I don't know if I'm going to say that, but anyway, we turned up to this VIP room set we built, and none of the tables, there were like these light boxes, none of them had any tops. So I turned to our production designer and I was like, Umba, where's the tops of the tables? He's like, I'm sorry, Pa, there's no money. And I was like, what do we do? No one can put any glasses on this nightclub scene or do anything. So we had to shoot the entire first 2 days from the shoulders up until we could, I think someone gave a credit card. I think Neil, my producer Joe, gave the credit card so they could cut the glass to put tabletops. And those big fight scenes, we only had 3 breakaway wooden tables.
3?
So like, I'd do this crazy scene, I'd throw a bad guy onto a table and then I'd be like, cut! and then like we'd be on the floor on our hands and knees. Everyone's trying to find a piece of wood and we're gluing it together to do take two.
That's like
three.
running out of sugar glass.
Yeah, and that also happened. Yeah, that also happened.
This brings me to, I mean, what we're hearing here is Jabard, right? You are, this is bodging, right? You're making do and mending.
Jabard, yeah.
Is it Jabard?
Yeah. I like that you're dropping some lyrics there.
It's just crazy what you achieved.
So we couldn't afford a water tank. So during the edit situation, I just went to like B&Q and we bought garden stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Oh no. But look, there's me in a bathtub doing my...
No way.
So we went and bought fake blood. So I've got my swimming shorts on and then the top half is the costume. So this is a shot on an iPhone. I don't know if you can see that.
That's insane.
So like this is in the movie, this stuff. And it's like, what by any means necessary, GoPros and like, I taped my old iPhone into the rickshaw that gets crashed.
But you're living the life, bro. We're rolling with the kings now, huh?
They don't even see us. They're all up there, living. We're stuck here in this.
Because we couldn't get a camera in time and the sun was going up. So I'm just like, just take this thing into the rickshaw and we framed it and it's in the film on collision.
Wow.
You see the little trinket hanging from the mirror.
Yeah.
I wanted that shot of it like shaking. So that's in there.
And this is on top of the usual fun of there are only 8 stuntmen.
Yeah.
And they start with a beard.
Yeah.
Then it's just Sides and a Tash. Just a Tash.
One of these guys looked like the Indonesian Santa Claus by the end of it. Like the amount of, like we were running out of things it was mad. It was crazy.
You need to wear a big hat. We're going to dress you up as a bear.
Yeah.
It's just easier if
By
you
the
dress
end,
as
they
a
were
bear.
losing eyebrows. We're like, we don't know how to change it. You know, you mind if we just got rid of the eyebrows? It was crazy.
And people won't realise that this, I think, is one of the last sort of pre-COVID, into COVID shot films. Because it's now 2024,
I know.
and you were doing this in a bubble,
Yeah.
and you must have been living just in each other's pockets all day long.
9 months I was on this island.
9 months?
9 months with a crew of, I think it was like 350 to 400 people in this one hotel.
You've got to really, really love what you're doing. Your passion for film and in this movie just beams off the screen.
Thank you.
Talk to me about the beginning of it, though. There must have been an element going, right, you know, I want to honour my heritage.
When I was a boy, they took everything from me.
They also want to kick some ass. Like, to me, it feels like that's sort of an internal fight where you want to have this big, important, wonderful, fascinating, empowering message, but also you need axes. And
Yeah.
how did you find that balance?
Well, I think, I just am a huge fan of the action genre. And like the stuff I was getting access to when I started writing this almost 10 or over 10 years ago was either the funny sidekick or the guy that hacks the mainframe or something,
Oh
you
my
know?
God.
Red Bull!
Yes, dear. Red Bull.
When it's just typing.
Yeah. He's in the room, like, take a left, no, go there. And so that was really frustrating. And I just, and the other stuff that I was on the Bollywood side, which was, the huge big punches and the tushum and the guys flying in the air. And for me, I grew up watching Bruce Lee. And then on, Samo, Jet Li, then on to like the Indonesian raid films. And then, Korean cinema blew my mind, and I was like, I want to fuse my mythology and the stuff, my ancestry, my culture with this and create something truly, primal and ferocious. And that's kind of where it was born. And so all of that stuff you see on the screen was down to the T on the page. Yeah.
There are some oneers that are showing off, frankly. They'd be showing off if you weren't trapped with all these different disasters and, finances and all the rest of it. Do you have a particular shot that you're especially proud of in the movie?
Actually, this is a smaller scene, but I go and it's me versus two men in an elevator. And first of all, in a really confined space like that, I remember the previs that Raheem had sent had a lot of cuts in it. And I was like, dude, we got to do this one. Like, we got to do it in one.
That's the thing, Dad, is that you're not making things easy. When everything is going sideways, you're like, I'm sticking to my guns.
Yeah. And it kind of, for me, I was like, you know, what would it be like to be stuck in an elevator with this many trailing limbs? So one of the stuntmen, Steven, who was shooting the previses with his little Canon camera, I hired him to be one of the operators, and he's a stuntman. So, you know, he's one of the guys I fight in the film, so he could get under the armpit of the action. And so what he was doing when we're fighting, so when I'm swinging, he's going under and doing all this stuff. And to capture every move and like in this tiny space,
Dude.
and it's actually so difficult because there's four men swinging at each other in an elevator.
That's a genius idea.
And,
make the camera guy another stuntman.
I think we did like 21 takes to get that one down. Yeah. Then we ended up going with like take 8 or something. Yeah.
We haven't even mentioned you tore your shoulder at one point. Is that right?
Yeah, tore. Yeah.
And you got an eye infection.
That was from crawling in this bathroom for like 5 days, and you know we had this stagnant water, and all the crew weren't meant to come in with their dirty shoes, and I'm there like face down, like just eating this, like it was gross.
And again, 9 months, nail in your hand.
Yeah.
Was it the crew wore t-shirts of the X-ray of the nail in your hand?
Yeah.
It was like, haha, good one. Also,
it was actually amazing because they were so grateful that I managed. Because if I had a cast put on the production, we couldn't afford to CG this thing. So they labeled it the screw that kept this production going, the one screw, you know, that kept it together.
everyone's like praying.
Yeah. And then when they take the X-ray, it's like this. You have to do this. That's one of the X-rays. So it's like A-OK. So it's really cool on the T-shirt, and you see the, yeah.
I take it back, I want that t-shirt. That's absolutely awesome. And this is on top of eating the sweet potato, salmon, daily loot, daily grind, looking shredded every day, and you've got 14 hats on your head at all times. This is why I wanted to begin the interview by just saying how proud I am of you, because I think there's an element of people watch a movie, so the feeling's mutual. You watch the movie and you think everything's been perfectly planned and there's loads of money behind it, and every moment is another dawn prior to Oliver Siege. And I just want people to know a little bit more about it. Maybe I've said too much about it.
Yeah.
But it is so impressive.
Thank you, man.
Truly.
Really.
And also fighting with a monkey mask on.
It's mad.
You are a beast.
I mean, I think a lot of it came from like adapting through whenever there was a problem, like from pivoting and having to be resourceful made us more creative. Like the staircase scene where you go into my perspective, it's because we couldn't build a staircase in time, so we had to literally use a staircase from the production office. And it wasn't wide enough, so I was like, we can't get a camera in, so let's tape it and kind of go from his perspective down and then get punched out of it. So everything was just constantly just trying to, you have a crazy plan and then you throw it away last minute,
You know who you should speak to if you haven't already is the Daniels.
Yeah, I have. Also, so Dan Kwan came to the South by Southwest premiere.
The stories you can share about everything everywhere all at once in this film.
He was so sweet.
Like they went, well, we don't actually have any sort of setup,
We actually
no railing.
hung out way before they were shooting their film and I was shooting this. And we're in a coffee shop in LA and we're like, they're like, I'm struggling to try and get this film off the ground with Michelle Yeoh. And I was like, she's a legend. They go, I know, but no one wants to invest in this thing. And it's like all the predominantly Asian cast.
Oh, it's really good.
And I'm like, I'm trying to do this thing. And it's, it's like Indian mythology with, me and a bunch of unknowns. And now, I mean, they did amazingly well, but I'm just starting out. But, yeah.
I'll say this one last thing before I go. You got a GCSE in drama way back when, and look the hell at you now. This is so cool, and to all, kids who look like you, they get to see this. That's magic. So,
Can I give you a hug, man?
yes.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful
You're
man.
a beautiful
That's so
man.
sweet. Thank
It's at that moment I suddenly realised you don't have the same physique at all. I'd seen the film, but it reminded me all over again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't